Hey, what's up? DjGoHam here. Today we're going to be talking about required mods and if it's good or bad. We'll also be discussing my statement earlier this week about modders and giants. Plus, we got plenty of modders to talk about, including a future update to the Superduty. If you like staying updated with all the latest news of Farming Simulator, make sure you subscribed. Let's go. Starting off with our mod wait times from Giant Software. This list was put together yesterday around midday. Current average waiting time for newly submitted mods is 17 work days, a little over 3 weeks. For submitted mod updates is going to be 1 work day, so if you submitted it today, it would go into testing on Monday, likely, and for failed and resubmitted mods, it takes about 3 work days. As Giants have said, these numbers are just estimates, and they could be different by the time you submit your mod. Yesterday, after the release of the mod video, I was curious what you guys thought about required mods and maps. More often than not these days, we get a map that has a couple required mods. Sometimes it's 3 or 4, and sometimes it's maybe around 10 or even 15. However, yesterday, one of the maps that was released required 36 mods. Now, you guys have voiced your opinions in the comments of the video that I made, as well as on a poll that I did yesterday asking how many required mods is too many for a map. Out of 3,100 votes, 50% of you guys said any amount is too much. More than 5 was 29%, so that's around 80% of people want less than 5 required mods. Another 17% of people said anything more than 15 is too much, and other was 4%. Now, from the comments of that post, it does seem like most people still don't want any required mods at all. However, I came up with an idea, maybe Giants can implement it if it's even possible. My idea was that you could voluntarily download the mods instead of being forced to download these mods. So for example, if there are 36 mods that the modder says that you should download to get the best experience on this map, you could then choose whether to do that or not do that. Maybe even we could have a separate list altogether, kind of like the downloads button that we've got right now on the Mod Hub, where you can see everything that is downloading. Maybe there's a page similar to that where you could download just the ones you wanted. I think this is one of those things where it's going to be difficult to make everybody happy, but I think trying to find a way to meet everyone in the middle and at least give players the opportunity and the choice to do what they want to do, I think that's the best thing to do here. With more and more players voicing their opinions on something like this, I think it's time that we acknowledge it instead of just making things required for all. Late last week and over the weekend, there were a lot of modders that started to voice their opinions on what's been going on at Giant Software and the lack of attention that's been paid to getting mods through testing, with some mods waiting up to 3 months, which is kind of ridiculous. There were a lot of you guys mad at me on Monday because I didn't acknowledge this, when in reality, I was working on the back end with modders and with Giants to talk to everyone and get an idea of exactly what's going on, what the modders are wanting, and what I can take to Giants. Now, contrary to popular belief, Giant Software usually doesn't listen to a thing that I say. It mostly comes off as me complaining to them, which I do a lot more than you think that I do. However, something had to be done, and it seemed like the modders thought that it was best for me to take the information and some of the demands to Giants. So I reached out to them, told them exactly what was going on, and I asked for a statement from them, and they told me there is no official information at this time from Giants. From that, I deduced that there's no information now, but maybe there will be in the next week or 2 or 5 or whatever. On Tuesday afternoon, I released an entire 5-paragraph statement talking about what I'd been up to and the conclusion, at least at that moment. So if you'd like to go back and read through that, you're more than welcome to. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's jump over to modder news, and we're going to start with RoughNeck Modding Crew, who are addressing some issues for the all-platform version of their Superduty that was released earlier this week. As far as updates go, they say that the hitch will be fixed. They say they're bad on that conflict, the controls. Also, normal maps been adjusted to fix a few spots found with the hard lines. They do say that it's not the model, it's the normal map that they fought about for a month and did it Giants' way anyway. The suspension they have seen a few people bring up. With dynamic, you either get tippy and flexible or solid and able to work with a load. They say they found a happy place in the middle, and after driving it, I will say that as well. I like the way it drives, and I think it looks kind of cool with a little suspension movement. But they have said that they're going to do some adjustments and have some different options available. So that's great. Everybody wins. Also, engine sounds. They do say that some people like them, some people don't. they're not going to do much about it, I don't think, so don't worry about that. Beds will be coming in a separate pack, which we're going to look at here in just a second. They do say the modders will be able to utilize them without being tied to the truck itself, so completely separate from each other, but they will be working fine. And a plow will be coming soon, which is very, very exciting. As of Wednesday evening, they had already started working on updates to this, and they said they're going to throw in a goodie or two while they're at it. So here you go. Here is a picture of some of these things that will be attachments for the Superduty. So there's multiple different bed options, but not only that, there's also different attachments, things that you could put in the back to make it look very interesting. Jumping over to a new screenshot where you can see all of these different things that have been added to it. The truck itself looks to be featuring more of like a work truck vibe and less of a weekend getaway kind of truck, although we do have the normal bed already as part of the base truck model. So there is that. We got ladders, we've got different bed attachments. It looks like generators in there. I think there's a welding machine around the corner somewhere. There's all kinds of stuff in here, even a little crane. There's going to be a lot of fun with this. I don't know how much of this will be functional, but it looks very cool. Oh, and you can't forget about their Brant dump trailers either. They do say that these will be the next phase of the console releases, so keep an eye out for those. Next, let's talk about Alma, Missouri. Earlier this week, it did fail testing. They say the problem was with the shaders. It seems when they turn on double face on the mesh, it causes problems on console. Celobuki thinks that they've finished everything and gotten it just right and has already returned it to Giants. And as of failed or returned mods, this should theoretically be back with them and be in testing right now, but we don't know that for sure. Either way, I do already have a video out on Alma, Missouri showing off the map tour, so if you're hyped about it but you haven't seen that yet, definitely go check it out. Next up, we hear from 82 Studio and some information about their TLX Phoenix semi-truck. As of late yesterday, it went back into testing. This mod has been with Giants for what seems like forever now at this point, at least a couple months, and it's finally getting back through testing again. Speaking of a couple months, it's been a couple months since we talked about Sully Modding's JCB 412S. As of January, the model was about 75% completed. Well, here it is 2.5 months later, and we have the model ready to go. The JCB 412S can be found in wheel loaders. It's got 120 horsepower, and it's going to cost you $40,000. This is the 1996 model. It is not the largest JCB mod out there, but I will say this. It is a beautiful model, especially if you guys are playing on any UK maps or anything like that. This is going to be absolutely perfect. Plus, with the rumored UK expansion later this year, this is definitely going to be something you want. Next up from Custom Modding, their Valmetal Max Track Duratec and the Lagoon Pump, as well as the 7700 Tanker and the Manure Lagoon are all with Giant Software right now, pending testing. They were actually pending as of Sunday night, however, this was updated on Monday evening. It also looks like they're going to be 4 separate mods instead of 1 mod pack. Here's a quick look at the Lagoon Pump one more time. It's very, very interesting. I'm not very familiar with stuff like this on farms, but you know what? It's neat, and it's something a little bit different and very cool. Plus, it's from Custom Modding. Here's the Lagoon itself, which I assume is going to work just like a normal slurry tank. And of course, the 7700 Custom Tanker. This was released for Farm Sim 22, and they have brought it back. Custom Modding also say it's more than just about converting, it's about improving it. They don't just want to bring over mods from FS22 and convert them straight over, they want to improve them and innovate these mods. And with the addition of the Manure Lagoon and the Lagoon Pump, it only adds to it. Next up, we've got some more information from SiiD Modding on their High Ground Ag Strip Till 12M installer coming soon, Farm Sim 25. They say get ready for the next level of efficiency on your farm. The Strip Till from High Ground Ag is an advanced cultivator that tills the soil while applying solid fertilizer. With a 12-meter working width and a speed of 12.4 miles per hour, it helps you save time and maximize productivity. So this is kind of nice. You can cultivate and you can fertilize all at the same time. There's 1 or 2 other things that do something very similar to this, but it's very cool to see something like this from SiiD Modding. Pricing is going to be about $105,000, so it's a little bit expensive. Will hold 5,040 liters of fertilizer. That's going to be 143 bushels if it matters to you. Working width is 12 meters, as we said. Working speed is 12.4 miles per hour or 20 kilometers per hour. RossN Mods has shared their list of mods that are with Giants or in testing right now. As you can see, their Bailey Bell and Pallet Trailer Pack. You also have the pickup hitch for Forgers, the TM420S, and the Hydro Deck, as well as the Bailey Trailer Pack are all pending testing still. However, their Taylor Attachments Bag Lifter and the Manure Fork Pack are in console testing alongside the JCB 220X excavator. This was posted about 16 hours before making this video, so this is very up-to-date information, and hey, there's even a chance we could see a couple of these today. I don't know that for sure, but it would be nice. Adub Modding's John Deere 520 will be making a return from FS19 all the way jumping to FS25. This one's still in early stages and will need to be reworked a bit. Back then, this was a flail mower. It was very popular, 4.3 stars and 709 votes. Had a 6.1 meter working width and had a power requirement of 120 horsepower, and of course was found in mowers. Additionally, his MF or Massey Ferguson buckets will be making a return. These are also in the early stages as of right now, but he's getting everything set up for the new material system in FS25. He also acknowledged that people have been asking for the MF Old Gen Pack, and he says he is not forgotten. He just found it way easier to put out separate mods as opposed to putting out the entire pack. Our last three topics are mainly PC focused, however, they do have some implications as far as console releases go. Just want to let you know that before we jump in. Rooster Mods has an update to his 712 mulch tiller. He says most of the community enjoys it being a plow, but in Farming Simulator, chisel plows technically occupy a tillage category called deep cultivation. To make sure that everyone can play the way that they want, they've created a new option for the 712 that will let you use it as a deep cultivator instead. There's a 712 in the plow section of the game that will do plowing, and now a 712 in the cultivator section that will do deep cultivation. Nothing will change for you that want to use it as a plow. There's just more options for more players. Also, the update includes an update to the paint. It should look like a proper powder coat instead of just generic painted metal. He will be trying to bring this feature to Mod Hub as well, but for the PC players, you can try it now on his itch page. MacTrucker921 has recently signed up for a Nexus Mods account, so if you see their mods over there, it is posted by them. They started to add mods to the site, so that at the moment there's not too many that they're working on. So far, they got the case for FS25, and they'll be adding both mods for FS22 and FS25 as time goes along, so you can check that out. All of the mods that are currently pending on ModHub will be uploaded there as well, and we'll still continue to upload mods on the ModHub for console players since Nexus Mods is a PC-only site. However, they do say that there's no reason to punish PC players because there is a 3-month backlog of testing mods. At least that's the wording that a lot of people have been using. I imagine that Giants is knocking that out pretty quick because we're getting a lot of mods every day right now. And lastly today, Taylor Farms has done something very similar. He's created an itch page for his maps. He's still working on adding all of them in the maps on the Giants Mod Hub. He's using the Mod Hub link, so you'll be able to directly download from the Giants Mod Hub to download those. Going forward, the maps on his itch page will be direct links until that map is officially released on the Mod Hub, at which time it will switch over to the link to Mod Hub. Hopefully I didn't make that too confusing. For console players, he will continue to upload his work to Giants Mod Hub for everyone to enjoy. Nothing will be changing, it's just the PC players will be getting everything a little bit earlier. Modders have been doing this for a long time, it's just that most of them don't talk about it too much, so this is far from being out of the ordinary. And that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed this one. Hope it helped you out. If it did, drop a like, get subscribed if you're new, and join the DjGoHam fam. Double check your notifications, that way you never miss videos like this one. I hope you have an awesome day. Enjoy your weekend. We will see you later. Peace. It's March Madness time. Is your team still in the tournament? How does your bracket look? Mine is messed up.